something went wrong. That's why you're sitting here with me.
Retired LA County Fire Chief Derek Alconis is pleading with the Biden administration to help bring his son home. For months, Lieutenant Ridge Alconis has been locked up in a Japanese prison.
Just call the Prime Minister.
The lieutenant is a specialist in undersea warfare who was helping protect Japan's shores in May of 2021 when tragedy struck. Alconis, his wife, and children had just hiked scenic Mount Fuji. He was driving back down when his family says he blacked out and crashed into parked cars, killing 2 Japanese people. Navy doctors later concluded the lieutenant suffered from acute mountain sickness, a medical emergency. But Japanese authorities never examined him. A judge determined the lieutenant fell asleep, convicted him of negligence, and sentenced him to 3 years prison time.
He was in a traumatic car accident and then immediately arrested, denied medical care, interrogated for 8 hours a day.
Brittany Alconis spoke with us by Zoom from Washington, D.C. For months, she and the couple's young children set up outside the White House daily, homeschooling and pleading for help.
I find it nothing short of inexcusable.
U.S. lawmakers heard them. More than 20 members of Congress signed measures appealing for his release. They say diplomatic agreements were violated. And last month, Vice President Kamala Harris met with Brittany, but a year and a half have passed since the accident, and the lieutenant's family says he remains behind bars, isolated.
Is it okay to read it?
Chief Alconis shared the only letter he's been able to get from his son since his surrender. In it, the lieutenant, who's also a musician, says he sings hymns and reads scriptures to stay strong. The chief says Ridge first fell in love with Japan as a young man on a church mission trip.
To feel so almost discarded by the country that you serve is just really difficult.
The family followed Japanese custom and offered restitution. Advocates for the Alconises say the lieutenant's sentence was harsher than Japan's judicial norm and note there's a history of resentment against U.S. military personnel. Now they say for America's military to keep serving, both countries need to find a way to bring Ridge home.
The other wish I have now is that my son makes it home for the holidays. And I tell myself I shouldn't believe it will happen, but it's all I can think about.
As the nation honors veterans this weekend, an encouraging development for the lieutenant's family. They have returned to Japan and are now able to visit him. At the same time, under Department of Defense policy, the lieutenant is about to lose pay and benefits. The department tells us they are reviewing his requests to have that extended. Cara Finstrom, KCAL 9 News.